In the U.S. President Barack Obama has promised the people that there will be a specific plan next month to give the economy a boost. During his speech in Iowa as part of his Midwest tour, the leader also said that he'll be putting forward the blueprint when the lawmakers return in September, emphasizing the goal to create jobs and to control the debt. The U.S. unemployment rate is just above 9% as of now. According to the recent poll, Obama's approval rating has dropped to below 40% for the first time. However, Obama is not alone in this one. The survey also showed that people are even more unsatisfied with Congress. 奥巴马总统搭乘巴士到中西部进行了针对 economy 的倾听之旅。他宣布9月他会提出新的经济计划。In related news, what is billionaire investor Warren Buffett's proposal in solving the dire economic situation in the U.S.? 股神 Buffett 发表文章说，希望国会会对富豪们征税，而有钱人应该要帮国家的finance. Buffett said, and these are his words, he doesn't want to be coddled by Congress, while suggesting that the wealthier individuals should pay higher taxes. He adds that higher taxes won't dampen job growth. It is not the first time Buffett has gave out this advice. He believes the higher tax rate should be imposed on millionaires, and those who make at least $10 million annually should pay even higher taxes. In a recent published article, he wrote, "My friends and I have been coddled long enough by a billionaire-friendly Congress. It is time for our government to get serious about shared sacrifice." While the poor and middle class fight for us in Afghanistan, and while most Americans struggle to make ends meet, we mega-rich continue to get our extraordinary tax breaks. He also stresses that 40 million jobs were created between the year 1980 and 2000, and at the time, the tax rate for the rich was greater. In other words, what he is really saying is, lower tax rates will create lower jobs. And maybe Obama should take Buffett's idea into consideration. Now, turning to health news, we all know that people who are chubbier or those with higher BMIs are more likely to have obesity-related problems. However, it doesn't mean that all obese people should lose weight. 最近有2个新的研究说，不一定所有肥胖的人都需要减肥，因为体重重的人不一定代表他们身体不健康。我们来听专家怎么说吧。
Two new studies are challenging the conventional idea that people with high BMI need to lose weight for the sake of their health. One study is challenging the method of using BMI to predict one's death in 20 years, while the other study is suggesting that there is no difference in death risks between normal weight individuals and healthy obese individuals. It points out that factors that determine one's chances of getting obesity-related complications are one's genetics, quality of diet, and level of fitness. In conclusion, experts suggest people to check for chronic disease risks such as blood pressure and other factors that lead to obesity rather than merely focusing on the number on the scale.
Jessica Alba just welcomed her second daughter with husband Cash Warren. The hot mom gave birth last Saturday to Haven Garner Warren, who weighed 7 pounds and measured 19 inches long. Alba thanked her fans on her Facebook page, saying that their support during her pregnancy meant the world to her. 最辣的好莱坞演员 Jessica Alba 刚生了第2个宝宝。Alba 在电影访问中跟大家分享她如何兼顾她的演艺事业和家庭。In a recent interview, Alba talks about starring in the upcoming Spy Kids film and how she manages to juggle her life on screen and behind the camera.
It feels quite different, I think, because your body has a memory of what is supposed to happen. So I feel like it jumped into pregnant mode much quicker. Like the belly popped and things sort of went into different places quicker. And you know, I'm also carrying and running around after a 3-year-old, so that also puts different sort of strains on the body that I didn't quite have before. So it is different.
Alba also plays a mom in the 4th installment of Spy Kids, directed by Robert Rodriguez, as Marissa, a retired secret agent who brought her stepchildren along for the ride when she got pulled back into action.
I think being a mom definitely had something to do with it. I was talking to Robert that after I had my daughter that I'd really love to do a kids movie, and I'd love to do a movie that, portrays a mom that's a modern, cool mom, and I think that's, you know, that's part of what this character is that I'm playing.
And Alba tries to incorporate her firstborn, 3-year-old daughter Honor into her busy life as much as possible.
She comes, she's been coming to all of my movies since she was 4 months old. So yeah, I always bring her. That's what, you know, is great about my job, is that I can bring her with me.
Spy Kids 4 marks the third collaboration between Alba and Rodriguez, who worked together previously in Sin City and Machete. As for the 30-year-old star, she says that she's focusing on her growing family and will take on roles depending on her schedule.
Meet me there?
Right. Hospital. Don't panic. I'm here for you. All you have to do is breathe easy.
Spy Kids 4 All the Time in the World in 4D will land in theaters on August 19th in the U.S. Now, taking a look at the box office results, the Apes movie continues to reign the U.S. box office. However, 3 new flicks have since made their way into the top 5 over the weekend. Let's take a look to see if it suits your taste. 这个 weekend 又有新片进北美排行榜了，而哪些片还是依然卖座呢？带你一起来看看。
There were some surprises for the box office over the past weekend, mostly from the new films. While Rise of the Planet of the Apes held on to the top spot as expected, grossing in $27.5 million US, the weekend's biggest success was The Help, which had a strong midweek start earning of $25.5 million US during its first weekend. The film, based on a #1 New York Times best-selling book, talks about 3 very different, extraordinary women in Mississippi during the 1960s who built an unlikely friendship around a secret writing project that breaks societal rules and puts them all at risk. Their remarkable sisterhood gives them the courage to transcend the lines that divide them and to create change.
And daring to do what is right for your fellow man.
What changed your mind?
God. And Miss Hilly Holbrook.
I'm gonna help with your stories. We all are. Y'all brought me into this, but I'm gonna finish it. Have you lost your mind? No, ma'am. But you about to.
It's quite scandalous. Sounds like Jackson, if you ask me.
The 5th installment to the Final Destination film franchise received mixed to positive reviews from critics and its viewers. It snapped #3 spot on the list with $18.4 million US in opening weekend. The 3D film opens up with co-workers gathering together for a company retreat, and of course, the main character experiences a vision of deadly bridge collapse that kills everyone on board. And like previous installments, death is after those who survived the bridge collapse.
Kill or be killed. Nobody's safe.
#4 goes to the tiny Blue Smurfs at $13.5 million US. What's worth mentioning is that these blue creatures have collected an impressive $60 million US in overseas box office. Sony's comedy, 30 Minutes or Less, came in at #5, earning $13 million US during the first weekend, which was a bit lower than pre-weekend expectations in the $15 million to $17 million US range. The story revolves around the pizza delivery man, starred by Jesse Eisenberg, who's kidnapped by 2 criminals. With a bomb strapped on his chest, the delivery boy is forced to rob a bank within a few hours.
We gotta go. We have nothing left to say to each other. 2 guys in masks strapped me and strapped a bomb to my chest, and now I have less than 9 hours to rob a bank. You're hysterical. Great joke. What the? Keep your voice down. Is that thing real? And your first thought was to come to a school filled with young children?
It's a breeze. Run into a bank with a bomb and take all the money and then leave and then go back to work. Don't make a big deal out of it, all right?
Spinning the guns for the bank robbery. 'Cause we're going with our plastic guns and the cops will shoot.